Yo, I'm gonna attempt this. My camera's sitting in front of me. My phone here. I'm gonna attempt this. I have reached around to the back. I wish I could see more. Everything is right. You see I'm holding it there. I'm holding it in place. And I'm about to crank it for you. Alright. Hope my phone stays in place. Yo, Elohim here. Yo, your Elohim. Back with another video. Today, guess what we have for you today? Today we got some upper, front, and rear control arms. Yes sir, yes sir. We got front and rear control arms today. Original grade. We're rolling with Mevotech Rock Auto parts. Great prices on these. This is the rear. These are the front control arms here. So that's what we've got for you today. We got left and right. Part numbers for the right: GS251236. Front driver side, front passenger side, GS251235 passenger side. Rear driver side, GS251177. And finally we have the passenger side rear upper control arm, GS251178. This bad boy will be revealed soon. But this is how I plan to make this an much easier job. There are videos on how to change your control arms. This is going to be, how I do it, definitive on the 2017. Mainly the two bolts that are in question. The tough ones, they say, passenger rear upper bolt. On the passenger side front, the upper bolt that's toward the back of the engine bay, and also the same with the driver's side. It's the bolt that's on the back of the engine bay. Well, I think this is going to make it a lot easier. I got a method in my head that I'm going to try to use. So that's mainly going to be the focus. You know how to take the wheel off. You know how to loosen the upper control nut. You know how to do that stuff. This video is mainly just going to focus on getting those bolts off as easy as possible. So I'm going to try to do the passenger side rear bolt without going through the passenger side cover of the wheel well, which you can do, but I'm just going to I'm going to try to do everything up top, loosen the bolts up top first before I jack it up. So while it's still not even jacked up, it's still got the tires on, I'm going to remove the tip and see if I can get to that bolt, get to the rear one, and then show you my plan to get to the top, to loosen the top bolt, because it's a lot harder to reach everything once it's jacked up too. So I already got to use a stool, so it's not so hard to reach and get back there. But that's my plan, is to show you those two main things. So with that, let's get started. VAME. Yo, these are the tools you will need for the job, give or take. Gonna need a 3/4 torque wrench, 1/2 inch torque wrench for the 62 foot-pound and 81 foot-pound torque. Something to pull, little puller tool to pull out the speed sensor harness, little grommets, plastic grommets. Small hammer will help you knock the little bolts out. 19 inch, the back bolt, the camber bolt is 19. The knuckle bolt is 18. Helps you if you have a swivel head and a ratchet to it. You're gonna need a 1/2 inch swivel head will help you. A regular 1/2 inch, a swivel head 3/4, and a regular 3/4. All those will help you. Fitted by a regular socket 15, deep socket 15 3/4, and then the 1/2 inch 15, 18, 19, a deep impact socket 18, or you can just have a deep socket 18, but my impacts are what I use. So give or take for me. VAME. Yo, so first I want to show you what I already have set up here. That's the infamous back bolt. I've removed the oil pan stick, put a little plug there so nothing falls in it, and I've just got my 18-inch flex head wrench. It's one of these cobalt set flex head. How long are these? These are flex box and ratcheting combination wrench set, 8-piece. I forget how long these are. These are like 8 inches. But that's what's going to work. I've already tried the socket for y'all. It's not going to work. But that's what's going to work. I've got plenty of leverage there. But what I want to do is I'm going to move this. As you can see, I've already got the tip loosened up. That's just these. It's got 4 of these little connectors. You just push in, 4 on the other side here. They go to these little posts. Raise that up. Then you've got some tins. See those two? I'm going to take I think I'm about to take a strap and hold this out the way. But these two right here, 1, 2 studs, those are tins. Take those 2 tins off. Then disconnect. See these this little wire harness thing? You just pop that up, a little connector there. Pop it up, and there's 2 tins holding down this little electric box here, which I'm about to remove. I can do that in front of y'all. We don't have to. Not in front of y'all. Before I strap up the tip them out my way here. So that's why I've got my 10-inch ratchet here. So you can just take that. All right. Sorry, hold my camera here. All right. Let's see how I did this. That was down at first. Sorry, the tipping wasn't up when I first loosened this up. So the challenge is getting it back on there now. Alright, there we go. So with that's tightening it. Crap. Yeah, flip that over. There we go. And there we go. So we're going to take these 2 nuts off. Again, I'm doing it this way. Removing stuff is easier. Oh, what I did not say earlier is also trying to do that driver's side without removing the drive shaft. So a way to go from up top without removing the drive shaft. That's what we're going to attempt to do today. Now with that, let's get that off. Work that out. It'll come off eventually. And there's the other 10 over here. Let's see, which way am I going? Other direction. Sorry, I think I lost y'all. And am I tightening it? I'm tightening it, tripping. Not good. Flip that over. Tighten the doggone thing. Might get stuck underneath the plastic there. Okay, I get a good angle. There we go. All right. Alright, I'm going to take those 2 off. Just wanted to show them where they were. You can see that. So you can see where they were there. Let me get, and then we're gonna pop that off. Let me see if I can set this down. Copy. Let me reposition y'all. Yo, there we go. Okay. So I just got y'all set up where you can see here. Let you see what I'm doing. Doing is we're just making room I realize you're going to be so far behind this thing. You can pop that off, but I'm trying to at the same time remove as little as possible. There we go. Found the angle now. Okay. Try not to lose our nut. Alrighty. And remove the other one. Alright. Both of those nuts are off. Now what that does is that allows this to come up. These wires are all loose. Except for this one guy here, which if disconnected might make this easier. Here's what I'm going to do. This one is being held to this wire here, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that out. I think if I pop that out, then this will raise straight up. Yeah, let me pop that out. Again, you can just go through the wheel well, but the idea is to see if what I can do from up top. Just give y'all another angle. So it could be considered easier to just go through the wheel well, but I don't mind removing a few things. Some people really trip off of that. I don't necessarily, if it makes the overall workload a bit easier, you know. Yo, so I'll show y'all something real quick. I've removed the wheels now, just to make sure there's no tension on this or anything interfering with me breaking that bolt. I'm not sure, so I just remove them. But this is the wheel well, and you cannot see that bolt. This is 2017 Dodge Durango GT all-wheel drive, but that right there is the little holder for the tip-em, and as you can see, the bolt is right here. So you can't get to that bolt through the wheel well on this 2017. So FYI, it looks like you're going to have to have no choice but to remove that, what I'm showing y'all. So just wanted to give you that little tidbit of information. Still trying to get this broken loose. I got my weighted hammer here. See if maybe I can get some leverage on it. But yeah, it's all just the leverage. There's just no leverage. You gotta really angle yourself. So I'm trying to do it live for you, or semi-live, I guess. I don't know. All right. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Let's give it a shot. Oh, make sure you got some type of stool. That's the only way you're gonna have the leverage that you need. Alrighty. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Alright, we're on it. hard to get it on there first. See why people don't record this though, because it can take a minute to get yourself positioned properly. Oh. I already scratched myself pretty bad. I don't know how I did it, but I did. Alrighty. We're on the nut. On the nut. Moving my hand from the nut. Yeah, I don't even know if I've got room to do that. That's what I was about to do. I don't think I have room. It'll ricochet it off anyway if I do that. See if I can get another crank on the ratchet. A lot of studs over here, man. That's how I had already, what's her name? That's a lot of little studs to cut yourself on. Okay. We got enough now as far as, and tear your gloves on, space. We got enough space to break it loose. It's about having the torque and grip to break it loose. So some people connect, connect a wrench. I'm wondering right now. Let me see something. I think I might have to go ahead and reveal my secret here, y'all. All right, let me let the cat out the bag. All right, let's let the cat out the bag. Let's let the cat out the bag. So that might be our savior here. What I have here from WorkPro, Amazon.com. Bum, 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 bum. Nice holding sack, which they've improved to keep your tools in place. Yes, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 17, 19. Always bet on black. That's right. Unsheath my sword, baby. This is the secret weapon. As you can see, this is the secret weapon. So these are 16 inches in length, and flex head, nice sturdy. I told you grip, so right, the grip is better. You can see, compare that to your regular ratchet, so that's going to hold on better. And this is my secret weapon. I was planning to use it on the driver's side, but let's see if we can use it on the passenger side. All right. See what we got. I'm gonna put this hammer up because that's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Basic tools is gonna work. Let's tighten it, unloosen it. Alrighty. Let's get our hand down in here. Not easy to reach with this, we can say that already. Okay, I'm on it. Okay, a little tougher to maneuver with that hand. Let's try this hand. It keeps slipping off on me when I try to cock it. That's not going well. This one's so long, at least when dealing with this side. Tell you what, this would be a lot easier with this out the way. So just to FYI, if you can change this while you got your plenum off. Cough, I think my camera's overheating. I don't know when it just cut off, but still struggling to get this on. I think my camera's overheating because of that sun. I don't know, but it's a struggle to get this on. It's a struggle to get this onto this screw. Might be too long. Thing is, there's so much. It seems like there's enough space to get a ratchet, but it's a weird spot because the longer the ratchet, the tougher it is to get this thing on to move. Let's see. Yeah, this is like I'm on it with this one, but it wants to. No, I think this is just an awkward because of the length of this bar. Yeah, in this situation, I think the length of the bar is the issue. I think the length of the bar is our issue. The sun is beaming down. Midday. I think it's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. Let me see. Try this one again. That would imply that I'm not really getting a good grip. Yo, all right, we are now at the final boss. Left side is finished. Here's my plan, y'all. This one I've already cracked open. We already know this is easy peasy, right? To get to this one, my plan is if you remove this hose, you can remove this hose. This bracket actually comes loose, so we're gonna take off this bracket here. It's just 2 tins. The tins on this side release this bracket. The tins on this side is what pull the AC hoses to the line. And you can also remove this bracket. Now, this bracket is also only held on by 2 tins. And it's got some little plugs for a little line that goes to the compressor. But once you remove those grommets, this bracket, I believe that will give me a straight shot right here. See the math? Do you see the math? All right, so with these hoses in the way, you don't get that shot. Now, this hose goes to the evap line. It's got a connector here. Let's get started here. Losing daylight. Took me all day took some breaks and stuff in between, so all in all I could do that side in, I'll say 30 minutes to an hour, just depending on how smooth whatever goes. It's not hard. Passenger side is not hard. Now that I know what I'm doing, that's why I do these videos, so you'll know what you're doing and you don't have to suffer. We're gonna start with, let's see, which line? This line goes to, it's not connected properly. This bends. So it actually comes out of this little bracket as well. And This is a little bracket brace too. A little fastener, plastic fastener that should release. How this thing release here? That's just a little plastic thing holding it here. That's what's stopping us. That's what's in our way. How is this on here? Take a look closer look at this. Okay. Can't tell which side is gripping it really, but yeah, it's like overlatched on. Little factory fastener. Let's see here. What? It's like a little belt. Yeah, it's like a little belt from the factory that cannot be, I don't think this can be reverse opened actually. So I think we're about to just cut this. We're gonna save some time and just cut this because it's just not necessary to the function of the engine. So let's cut that. Just a little factory plastic fastener. Let me see what y'all can see. Make sure you got a good view of everything I'm doing here. Alright, let me see if I zoom in. What can I see? No, you can't really see that. Let me move you for a second here. Show you what I'm looking at. Alright, here's what we're cutting. It's a little factory fastener there. See that? Right here. Right there. We're going to just cut that because it's just not important. I don't know if I can cut it with one hand here. Let's see. Okay. Oh. Try to balance this for a moment. There we go. Let's see if we can cut this. It's a little tough to cut. That's not a hose. Hold on. One moment. That thing is a big piece of plastic though. That's not a small piece of plastic though. When these scissors struggle, it's a big piece of plastic. Almost through it and just sawing it. Good grief. Ooh, it's a big piece of plastic. Y'all see that? It's a big piece of plastic, man. I get y'all a good shot too. Almost through it. I'm almost through that bad boy. Yeah, that bracket is something else. Let me try a different angle. Let's try this angle. Let me remove this little hose here. Gotta remove that anyway. Get that out of our way. Now I got a better shot at this. A more natural angle. Gotta cut you, buddy. There we go. Yeah, just the angle. Tell you, undefeated. Undefeated. All right, so now that's loose. Like I said, that's just a factory piece of plastic. It's no big deal. We took that off. We back up some. You just saw I released this hose here. Took that off. Release this from the rails. Take this off of the rails here and here, and this connects to the little, I call it the evap canister. I might be wrong. Push in the green tabs, undo them, remove this bracket here. All right, we've now got flexibility that we need, and it's hooked in. Let's see here. Let me zoom in a bit. It's hooked in. Grab my laser pointer, y'all. Back there. It's hooked right here. So we just gotta disconnect that. Go grab my laser pointer, y'all. Keep forgetting to grab it. Let's unhook that from that main bracket. Okay. Let's get that out of there. I've actually got it the wrong way. See if I can get the right leverage here. Can't really see if there's a... There it is. All right. As you can see, that was the plan. All right. That was the plan right there. Now, that is out of our way. I'll leave that there for now. So, the next phase, this hose is attached to the back here, going into the valve. I need to clean some of this grind up while I'm back here. Let's see. I can hold you. This is not the easiest to grip, but it's just two white clips. I just now loosened it. Let's see if it pulls off of there. There's a hose behind it as well that kind of blocks it. Okay, it makes that one. This little hose here makes this harder to get off, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. All right, push it. Let me show you how I push this. Get our light going. It's getting late. Sunset. I'll show you how I push this. If you push it off and down at an angle, y'all see that? See the holes here? I'm pushing it off and down at an angle. See that? Because that is blocking it. But if you push it off and down at an angle, it'll you got enough room to see how this is popping upwards. See how that's popping upwards? Because I'm going down at an angle there. Let me put this back now. Get y'all back in place. Zoom out a little bit here for you. All right. Pull that off so I can concentrate on break no plastics. They would be in trouble. Okay, it's free. I just gotta, again, okay. At an angle, you can get that off. Don't be too hard, rough with it because it's plastic. All right, now, that was flawless on those two. Now all we got left is this bracket and this bracket. Let's go ahead and it's just 2 screws holding this bracket in place. Let me show y'all this. Let me take you off of here real quick. My hands. Here's what we got. We got to get these 2 grommets out because they are holding and attached to that bracket. So we got to get those 2 out first. And the only reason this is tough is because I'm doing it with one hand. So that one and that one. Let me put this back on so I can get to them quickly. Just wanted to show you what I'm doing. Get those 2 out and free. Need that, and I need a little pick. I just grabbed a little pick so I can get a little space between that. I can get that out of there. Let's see here. Alrighty. There we go. I can get my little fork behind the plastic there. I don't think we'll have to move this evap. We may. Remember, we're just doing all this so we can make a free shot. Oh, I should have handed the other way. Let's go the other way. Okay. Get that off of there. It broke. That's okay. Old plastic. You can get another one. All right, that broke off. Look at that plastic. It broke off on us, y'all. Try the other one. Just doing this so we can get this bracket off of here. Okay, I gotta get my headlamp because I can't see. There goes my doggone. I thought I left that in the house. Oh. Knew that was in my pants. That's better. All right, now I can get in here better now. Let's see. Hopefully this won't break on me. Stronger. Come on out of there, sucker. We're gonna get you, sucker. Alright, that one did not break. 1 for 2. Now we just got the bracket in place. It's got 2 10s. Let me grab my little 10-inch ratcheting tool. Where did I put it? I think it's up in front of me. There it is. Oh, here it is. Let's get these 2 10-inch nuts off. No tension there. Okay. I'm going to show y'all where I took it from. Make sure you got a good view. Hold on. And make sure you can see where I took that from. I know you're curious. I'll give you another look here. Oh boy, my glove is caught. There we go. Alright. So remove that 10 from right here. That's the first 10, and the next 10 is right on this side. You see, I'm pointing to it, but you can't see. It's kind of on the back side of this bracket. I'm okay. So you just take a. You can't see it, but it's right there. Alright, I can move it by fingertip now. I'll show you the reveal of it though. Alright, as you can see, this bracket comes off. So, put this out of our way. There you go. Now what I have done is cleared up a ton of space. I'm not going to move this bracket yet, but it may not be necessary. So let's just see real quick if it's necessary. Alright, moment of truth will be to see if we can get a clear shot to that bolt now with our 16-inch 18-inch ratchet. Let's give it a shot here. I might have to move my camera in a second. I think about it though. Let me see. Alright. Alright, it's right here on the back side of here. Let me do that. Let me take my watch off. workout still going or not. Take my watch off. Alright. Now I should be able to get my wrist around there now. Left. Alright. Let me see if I can get my wrist around here now. Alright, that's better. So I can reach back here. We are on the bolt, I think. Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, it's not letting me. Ripping my glove. It's not letting me get my. That's why I'm about to. That's why I moved this bracket. So I can adjust enough to get my hand back here. But also, let me see, y'all may be in the way. Let me move this camera. I'll try a different approach. Well, hold on, before I move the camera. Let me try to go from here. Alright, I'm up on my chair now. On my chair now. Let's see if we can do it without the steering column. Can't get it on it right now. Struggling to get it on. Just get it on. It's not happening for us. I'm struggling to get it onto the nut because I don't have any balance up top here. Not working out, guys. Not working out. So, let me change my angle. Use some angle in here and I'll be back. VAME. Yo. Alright, we are now at the final boss. Left side is finished. Here's my plan, y'all. This one I've already cracked open. We already know this is easy peasy, right? To get to this one, my plan is if you remove this hose, you can remove this hose. This bracket actually comes loose. So we're going to take off this bracket here. It's just 2 tins. The tins on this side release this bracket. The tins on this side is what pull the AC hoses to the line. And you can also remove this bracket. Now, this bracket is also only held on by 2 tins. And it's got some little plugs for a little line that goes to the compressor. But once you remove those grommets, this bracket, I believe that will give me a straight shot right here. See the math? Do you see the math? Alright, so with these hoses in the way, you don't get that shot. Now, this hose goes to the evap line. It's got a connector here. Let's get started here. Losing daylight. Took me all day took some breaks and stuff in between, so all in all I could do that side in, I'll say 30 minutes to an hour, just depending on how smooth whatever goes. It's not hard. Passenger side is not hard. Now that I know what I'm doing, that's why I do these videos, so you'll know what you're doing You don't have to suffer. We're going to start with, let's see, which line? This line goes to, it's not connected properly. This bends. So it actually comes out of this little bracket as well. And this is a little bracket brace too. A little fastener, plastic fastener that should release. This thing release here. That's just a little plastic thing holding it here. That's what's stopping us. That's what's in our way. How is this on here? Take a look closer look at this. Okay. Can't tell which side is gripping it really, but yeah, it's like overlatched on. Little factory fastener. Let's see here. It's like a little belt. Yeah, it's like a little belt from the factory that cannot be, I don't think this can be reverse opened actually. So I think we're about to just cut this. We're gonna save some time and just cut this because it's just not necessary to the function of the engine. So let's cut that. Just a little factory plastic fastener. Let me see what y'all can see. Make sure you got a good view of everything I'm doing here. Alright, let me see if I zoom in. What can I see? No, you can't really see that. Let me move you for a second here. Show you what I'm looking at. Alright, here's what we're cutting. It's a little factory fastener there. See that? Right here. Right there. We're going to just cut that because it's just not important. I don't know if I can cut it with one hand here. Let's see. Okay. So, try to balance this for a moment. There we go. Let's see if we can cut this. It's a little tough to cut. That's not a hose. Hold on. One moment. That thing is a big piece of plastic though. That's not a small piece of plastic though. When these scissors struggle, it's a big piece of plastic. Almost through it and just sawing it. Good grief. Whew, it's a big piece of plastic. Y'all see that? It's a big piece of plastic, man. Try to get y'all a good shot too. Almost through it. I'm almost through that bad boy. Yeah, that bracket is something else. Let me try a different angle. Let me try this angle. Let me remove this little hose here. Gotta remove that anyway. Get that out of our way. Now I got a better shot at this. I'm a more natural angle. Gotta cut you, buddy. There we go. Yeah, just the angle. Tell you, undefeated. Undefeated. All right, so now that's loose. Like I said, that's just a factory piece of plastic. It's no big deal. We took that off. You back up some. You just saw I released this hose here. Took that off. Release this from the rails. Take this off of the rails here and here, and this connects to the little, I call it the evap canister. I might be wrong. Push in the green tabs, undo them, remove this bracket here. All right, you've now got flexibility that we need, and it's hooked in. Let's see here. Let me zoom in a bit. It's hooked in. Grab my laser pointer, y'all. Back there. It's hooked right here. So we just gotta disconnect that. Go grab my laser pointer, y'all. Keep forgetting to grab it. Let's unhook that from that main bracket. Okay. Let's get that out of there. I actually got it the wrong way. See if I can get the right leverage here. Can't really see if there's a. There it is. All right. As you can see, that was the plan. All right. That was the plan right there. Now that is out of our way. We'll leave that there for now. So the next phase. This hose is attached to the back here, going into the valve. I need to clean some of this grind up on back here. Let's see. I'm gonna hold you. This is not the easiest to grip, but it's just two white clips. I just now loosened it. Let's see if it pulls off of there. There's a hose behind it as well that kind of blocks it. Okay, it makes that one. This little hose here makes this harder to get off, unfortunately. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. All right, push it. Let me show you how I push this. Get our light going. It's getting late. Sunset. Let me show y'all how I push this. If you push it off and down at an angle. Y'all see that? See the holes here? I'm pushing it off and down at an angle. See that? Because that is blocking it. But if you push it off and down at an angle, it'll you got enough room to see how this is popping upwards. See how that's popping upwards? Because I'm going down at an angle there. Let me put this back now. Get y'all back in place. Zoom out a little bit here for you. All right. Pull that off. I concentrate on break no plastics. It would be in trouble. Okay, it's free. I just gotta again. Okay. At an angle, you can get that off. Don't be too hard, rough with it because it's plastic. All right. Now, that was flawless on those two. Now all we got left is this bracket and this bracket. Let's go ahead and it's just 2 screws holding this bracket in place. Let me show y'all this. Let me take you off of here real quick. My hands. Here's what we got. We got to get these 2 grommets out because they are holding and attached to that bracket. So we got to get those 2 out first. And the only reason this is tough is because I'm doing it with one hand. So that one and that one. Let me put this back on so I can get to them quickly. Just wanted to show you what I'm doing. Get those 2 out and free. Need that, and I need a little pick. I just grabbed a little pick, so I get a little space between that. I can get that out of there. Let's see here. Ready? There we go. I can get my little fork behind the plastic there. I don't think we'll have to move this evap. We may. Remember, we're just doing all this so we can make a free shot. Oh, I should have hand the other way. Let's go the other way. Okay. Put that off of there. It broke. That's okay. Old plastic. You can get another one. All right, that broke off. Look at that plastic. It broke off on us, y'all. Try the other one. Just doing this so we can get this bracket off of here. Okay, I gotta get my headlamp because I can't see. That's better. All right, now I can get in here better now. Let's see. brake on me. Let's get it look stronger. Come on out of there, sucker. I'm gonna get you, sucker. Alright, that one did not break. 1 for 2. Now, we just got the bracket in place. It's got 2 10s. Let me grab my little 10-inch ratcheting tool. Where did I put it? I think it's up in front of me. There it is. Oh, here it is. Let's get these 2 10-inch nuts off. No tension there. Okay. I'm going to show y'all where I took it from. Make sure you got a good view. Hold on. And make sure you can see where I took that from. I know you're curious. I'll give you another look here. Oh boy, my glove is caught. There we go. Alright. So we remove that 10 from right here. That's the first 10. And the next 10 is right on this side. See, I'm pointing to it, but you can't see. It's kind of on the back side of this bracket. I'm okay. So you just take you can't see it, but it's right there. Alright, I can move my fingers now. I'll show you the reveal of it though. Alright, and as you can see, this bracket comes off. So, put this out of our way. There you go. Now, what I have done is cleared up a ton of space. I'm not going to move this bracket yet. It may not be necessary. So let's just see real quick if it's necessary. Alright, moment of truth will be to see if we can get a clear shot to that bolt now with our 16-inch 18-inch ratchet. Let's give it a shot here. I might have to move my camera in a second. I'll think about it though. Let me see. Alright. Alright, it's right here on the back side of here. Let me do that. Let me take my watch off. See, if my workout's still going or not. Take my watch off. All right. Now I should be able to get my wrist around there now. Left. All right. Let's see if I can get my wrist around here now.
Alright, that's better. So I can reach back here. We are on the bolt, I think. Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, it's not letting me. Ripping my glove. It's not letting me get my. That's why I'm about to. That's why I moved this bracket, so I can just enough to get my hand back here. But also, let me see. Y'all may be in the way. Let me move this camera. I'm try a different approach. Well, hold on. Before I move the camera, let me try to go from here. All right, I'm up on my chair now. On my chair now. Let's see if we can do it without the steering column. Can't get it on it right now. Struggling to get it on. Just get it on. Not happening for us. I'm struggling to get it onto the nut because I don't have any balance up top here. Working out, guys. Not working out. So let me change my angle. Use some angle in here and I'll be back. Yo, like, subscribe, and share. Y'all can thank me later for me. I just made y'all's lives a lot easier. You will not find this level of ingenuity anywhere else on YouTube except right here at EA's Garage. As you can see, because I moved the bracket and all that, we got plenty of space. From here you can literally see it. Okay, I'm on there just because I'm using one hand. Okay, yeah, I'm still locked on there. So right now this is stiff. That means I've got plenty of room to torque this. But let me show you my position. I'm gonna put the stand here so you can see my position of how I'm about to do this, and then I'll break it free semi-live, right? I'm gonna break it free semi-live. Let's give you an upshot here. Bam. A little taller than that. A little taller than that. Bam. And it's as tall as we can get. Bam. Alright. Let me show y'all my setup. Alright. Told you. Stepping stool. Chair. I'm about to be step on that chair to get up there. Bars. So boom, boom. I sit here. I rest my forearm on the plenum, and from there, you can see and get pull. You don't have to pull from here. I could stand up. Let's see if I can break it loose from here. Get in trouble getting torque from here because I'm tired, but if I change my position, right, should be able to lay to my backside. I apologize. second. That may not be the best position. Hold up. Let's go back to where we were. Try it again. Stop being lazy. Man up. Locked in. Hurry. Now we're not moving it. Trying to make sure I don't break anything. Including myself. Everything's plastic, man. It's really frustrating. Everything's plastic. Oh, all right, we loose. Heard that click. Oh, click. Oh, click. There we go. So those sharp teeth are locking on and doing their job. And we're moving. It's moving. Let me check my other wrench just in case, real quick. See if that one moves us along a little bit better. Let's try this 8-inch just to see if it moves us along now that it's broken free. Yep, that one will work too, it looks like. But I prefer the other one because of the grip. The other one has that sharp teeth on it, so you don't lose grip. Yeah, I prefer this one. Prefer this one. Grip. Leverage. Okay. Whatever's in my pocket is hurting my leg. But it is free. That's my key. Is that my key? I think that's my key actually. Yeah, that's my key. But we are free. So that is how you do it. Try this one more time. That's fatigue. There we go. Yeah, once this gets on there, those teeth help you. The other one's gonna pop off on you. You don't have the same grip. Again, if you just have to, you can. You can hear it clicking. Just turn it slowly. Oh. Ooh. Tiring on the thigh, but bring you up here for a second. Tiring on the thigh, I will admit. But just so you can see the angle again. Just laying on my side and I'm just cranking it. You can see it's on there. And you can see the sternum knuckle is in place. So it's coming off. Let me go ahead and crank this off so we can get to the rest of the removal. VAME. Yo, so yeah, just took it off. Took some turning. Like I said, the angle that I'm sitting in is the hardest part. The method works. As you can see, steering knuckle is intact. But we got it. Took me a little while just to... You still don't have a lot of range, but you have range. And then eventually you just reach back here and just twist it off with your fingers. So I'm about to take a break, eat dinner, and yeah, but that was my main thing, was testing to see if my method worked, and it does. Like I said, this one's already loose, the easiest one of all four. So reward yourself by opening this one, right? But yeah, those sharp teeth make a big difference in your ability to grip. And then you see that just comes right off, same way the other one did. So I'm gonna take a dinner break, and then when I come back, we will remove the driver's side control arm. VAME. Yo, I don't know if it was the most eye or what, but literally I just came back outside, and within 30 seconds both of those bolts popped right out on the driver's side. I don't know, sometimes, you know, when you struggle, you just get the hang of it, and then it gets easy. That's how it goes sometimes. Literally 30 seconds, got that one out. Let's examine. Now, it's about the same as far as the resistance on this one. Remember, you also get wear here. Again, not too bad. Remember, I'm only 0.1. I'm only 0.1 out on this. They're not bad. Like, it's, you know, it's very slight, but it's enough where you got tire wear. So it's more so here than anything else. That's really where the resistance wears down the most. So, all right, let's get the new one in there. That was really easy. That was nice and easy. Let's grab the other one. It's what time is it? It's going on 11 o'clock, 10 till. So I'm gonna have this wrapped up. I'm gonna do the rears tomorrow. Get some sleep tonight. Rears are a bit of an easier task, but we all know how that goes. All right. I know we had already opened this box on an accident, but I'm about to pop this in there, and I'll be back with some closing remarks. Well, not closing remarks. We'll see how easy it is to get that bolt back in there. So we'll see here in a minute. But let me get this put back in. Oh, my fingers are cramping up. Let me get this put back in. And I'll be back at y'all. I'll be back at y'all. My fingers are cramping up. VAME. Yo. FYI on this one, literally 2 minutes, 1 minute per bolt. Did not even have to jack the suspension up to get the bolts back in. Like I said, I don't know if it's just, you know, got back in rhythm. I'm not sure, but at any rate, those went back in very easy. Did not have to jack the suspension up, didn't have to remove the strut. You can see exact same setup. About to, oh, let's see if I can get this in one hand. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. That's on there tight. I need to take this off so I can put my top nut back in. Damn. A little too good on here. How'd I get this good? Let's see, let me turn my turn some. Get my wheel turn some. Let's see. There we go. Hook released. I don't think I can do it two in one hand. Oh, here we go. I got it. There we go. Here's my knee. Oh. And there we go. Gotcha. Sorry, y'all. I'm holding my phone at the same time. All right, let me get this in and be back at you. Wow. Kafla, yo. I wanted to show y'all as I'm retightening this down, and I wish I would have did this actually taking it off. I want to show you a little technique. I'm cranking with my left hand, right? But I can fit my right hand back like this, backwards, and I can reach back here. Can y'all see that? Where is it? Oh, there we go. And I can hold it in place. I can't film both at the same time. I just wanted to show you the technique. But I can literally hold underneath. I'm going underneath the steering shaft there, and I can hold my wrench in place while I crank it. You know, I can't crank it, but I'm just showing you all my technique. Just discovered it. I could have did this taking it off and it made it a lot easier. But I'm facing the engine now. I'm sitting in the engine bay. See? Facing the engine. And it makes it easy. So by removing that stuff and using that technique I just showed you backhand, you can crank that on and off pretty easy. You don't have to move the steering knuckle, any of that. So I just wanted to show y'all my technique. That might be the screenshot, the thumbnail. VAME. Can I record that? Let me see if I can reset my camera. I may be able to record that for you. La. Yo, I'm gonna attempt this. My camera's sitting in front of me. My phone here. I'm gonna attempt this. I have reached around to the back. I wish I could see more. Everything is right. You see I'm holding it there. I'm holding it in place. And I'm about to crank it for you. Alright. Hold my phone stays in place. See that? What you hear clang on the other side is my jaws of life. My little side kick so it can't turn too far. I just wanted to show y'all how much leverage I've got. This is the best method for not removing the steering knuckle, and the best body position I've found where you're not all crazy. Only thing hurting on me at the moment or fatiguing is my forearm from holding it backwards, but other than that, we're good. Alright, just gonna crank it till it gets just tight enough so we can put it under load and really get it the torque down. Remember, these are 70 foot-pounds on the 2017 Dodge Durango GT all-wheel drive 3.6 liter V6. And when I hear it stop clanging back there, I'll know we're just tight enough. So that's my little buddy. Trying to tighten up now. Here, stop clinging. Alright, that's tight enough. Stop clinging means it's tight enough. Gotta leave a little play in it so we can torque it down. So I'm gonna put the suspension and we'll torque these two. VAME. Yo, little side note I want to mention, I tried the torque wrench on this side as well, and just FYI, if you disconnect the steering knuckle, you can use this torque wrench. So I don't know, you know, it's not hard. It's literally just one bolt. You just put your seatbelt on your steering wheel so it don't turn, and then, I mean, you just undo it. It's not hard. But you know, saving time and all that. But that is one definite benefit of removing the steering knuckle, is that you can get a torque wrench back there to torque this down if you remove the steering knuckle. If not, you're gonna have to just use, you know, your own hand, your own strength, and kind of just gauge it accordingly, you know. So just wanted to point that out, that if you really are a stickler, you really want to make sure you get the exact torque spec, then you can remove the steering knuckle. Yo, welcome back. It is tomorrow. I feel like my camera is extremely dirty. I think that's a little bit better. Yo, I think that's better. It is tomorrow. Front end was a success. We are now moving on to the back end. Starting on the passenger side with our passenger control, camber control arm. Right here. So start on the driver's side. Did I say that right? I don't know if I said that right. Driver's side. Mevotech original grade, restoring the camber. This one should be a lot easier. This is your camber control arm, upper control arm here for the rear. This is how you restore the camber properly to your vehicle. And I've pretty much done all the front suspension except for the lower control arm. So I'm going to start slowly working on the back. Lower control arm is the most expensive, but we'll be This is the rear forward. This is the rear upper control arm. Then you got a lower control arm. And then you got a rear. This one is also a rear lower control arm. So these are all decent shape. Everything lined up for me except my camber. So this we are replacing today. Just 2 bolts. So just 2 bolts to crack here. Let me figure out what those are and we will get started. Of course, you need to remove your brake line hose with the rivet puller. But we'll remove that and we'll get started. Yo, alright, so let me explain the setup here. Let me explain the setup. Tools that I have. So this is a 18-inch screw, 18-inch nut on the opposite side. I got a swivel. I'm going to break that free with my impact. 18-inch deep socket. Don't need it, but just my impact socket. I'm going to hold that in place with my 1/2-inch 18 on the other side. This will be the easy one. I've got my jaws of life holding the, I don't know what side. It's like that's not like really a nut on that side. Well, it's a nut, but it's like it's a long one. It's a little bit different, but it's just for more for holding. And then I've got a swivel head socket, 1/2-inch drive, and it's a 19. So this front bolt is an 18, back bolt is a 19. So that way I can reach around this rear strut here, and I can crank it on that side here. First and foremost, I already showed you, we gotta disconnect the little brake sensor plastic rivets. If you break it, they sell them at the store. So you can always just buy you some more plastic rivets. Here. Break it out. There we go. So that's our first plastic rivet, and we got one more. Alrighty. Work it out. Forgive my sniffles whenever I put an excessive amount of workload, like yesterday, like 6 hours of working on the car. My immune system gets a bit compromised, so you have to deal with some sniffles today. Almost. Just keep working it gently. I try not to break it. There we go. So that's the brake sensor, the speed sensor. I'm sorry, I said brake. Speed sensor cables, and just move those out the way because they can't come off with the arm. Alright, first things first, let's break this free. Give us free. Lay this one on here. Alrighty. Alright, haven't used any I didn't spray any y'all know what I'm talking about. To loosen the bolt. So this is raw. I might switch it up here. Let me go to the other side. I'm gonna switch it up here and see if it works in the opposite direction. There we go. Came right loose. Alright, there you go. That nut is off. Now that nut came off, but our bolt is still firmly in place. I'm gonna tap it with a hammer to probably get it out of there. Yeah, that's solid. 1 second, let me grab my small hammer first. My little guy, see if I can just tap this bolt out. Yeah, it's not stuck. It's not stuck, we're good. All right. And now for the back one. Now for the back one. All right, just holding it like holding my jaws of life like this. And pushing down. Got a lot of torque here. That means on the other side, I'm gonna pull up. Just a little bit harder. It's moving. It moved and then it didn't.
Target reached.
Oh, it moved and then it didn't. Whew. Got a better idea. Let me grab my breaker bar. Grab my breaker bar. Nope. My breaker bar heater. Same strategy. Let's see if we get a different result. Breaker bar, I don't think on the breaker bars it's up to the orientation of the. Alright, there we go. Got more leverage now. Let's give it a shot. That boy's on there. Change orientation. Should be breaking. Break it back some. Back a little bit. Man, that is right at the tension point there. Not slipping. It's just tight. Let me see what that is. Only thing is, this side seems to be moving. Let's see here, maybe. 1 second, let me see. I'm gonna check on something real quick here. La. Yo, Kafla. So it's fine. I was just making sure I wasn't breaking a bolt or anything. But it's moving now. I pushed this side just like I did this one. I just kind of tweaked that side. I held the bolt steady on that side, the nut, and I turned the bolt. So it's moving now. A little bit of rust there, but smooth sailing. As you can see, it's cranking now. Oh, look at that. The whole thing is coming forward. So this holds this in place. So what we want to do here is we want to get our strap, and we're going to strap this. We can strap it here, or we can strap it there. It needs to be out of our way. Yeah, just till we get the bolt back in. So we're gonna take my strap around the studs here. Just put it around this so that this don't fall forward. Again, you don't want to pull your axle out. Don't want it to come too far forward, but just to be safe. Let's grab that. Let's grab the strap. Alright, so we're gonna just hold this in place. So we can do it here, or we can do it here, like that. Let's see if that helps us out. Yeah, it's literally moving in and out. That's interesting. Moving, you see it moving in and out. It's adjusting the camber. So, okay, it's coming off slowly. So what it is copper line. I was wrong. Again, rookie mistakes. This is just the camber bolt, so you don't break it free on the thing that looks like a nut. You don't break it free on that side, because that's the camber. Again, for dummies. So really I need to be holding this side still, and I need to be taking off the other side here. So really this is the side that needs to come off. That's the nut. So you can see what I was talking about. That's the nut there. See? But that's just to adjust your camber. That's the camber bolt. So this is the side that'll probably come off actually. Alright, so now put this over here, not on this side, but on this side. Before I take that, tap out the camber bolt, let's get this one out. Stuck in place there. Thing is, it's pretty stuck, so it's like thinking to myself, when I take this out, will it come out? And normally you want this just to pop out of here. You don't want to give up that leverage. Thank you. Yeah, so it's about how do I get this camber board out of here exactly. There it go. Just came free. Alright, that one's free. This one's still being hard headed. Trying to knock some of that rust loose. Oh my. Yeah, it's freeing up some now. Trying to break some of that rust. There we go. See it come out. There we go. See how that's coming out now? We'll tap this part back in. Ooh, my ears are ringing. I'm gonna put in my earplugs. Y'all's ears probably ringing too. Alright, I gotta put my earplugs in. This is ringing my ears. Something serious. I gotta put my, yeah, some PB blaster would have probably made this a lot easier, by the way. Kind of out. I think I'm out, or I got a little bit left. Put my earplugs in. It is ringing my ears. Alright, that's better. Stay in there. Helps to have one of these little guys. Let me get this here plugged properly. Let's see. Alright, I need my next up I'll use there we go. I was about to use a little punch. But yeah, see, these are the camber bolts. That's why you gotta go get an adjustment, especially after these bad boys, because you gotta do a camber adjustment. Okay. That's that. That. Fail. Oh. That was a little adjustment on the camber adjustment for this side, for the rear. So very important to keep up with these. I didn't realize all of these things were back here, so this is my first time. But y'all know this is why I do it. But yeah, these are camber adjustment. Just so you know. So this side, this is how the front is. Then this is how what you just saw come out here. And then you got this on the back side here. So some rust back there. Yeah, interesting. But that gives you your control arm here. And on examination, again, got some cracking in the rubber. Slight cracking in the rubber. See that there? All that compromises your, those little cracks and things compromise your camber. Not, again, not horrible, but just about 0.1. About 0.1 out. Let me make sure I got the right side here. And here's our spare, our new one. And you want to make sure you get them. You see they're different. That little, see how that one's raised up there as opposed to flat. These both are flat back here. But that one's raised up. So that's why it matters. It matters that you have a left and right. See? And these look identical. Identical. Alright, excellent. Right down to the rubber. One thing I see here is that has 2 pieces of rubber. This has 1 little notch on it. This has 2. But this one has less space, so it's held firmer, it's bigger. That's what I mean by Mevotech, and some of the aftermarket companies that I trust, Mevotech, Durango, Standard, they make little adjustments. And this has 2, but this has 1 big piece of rubber there. For the stability, I suppose. And see what else I see. These look to be about the same on that side. 2 on this that are, you can see that they're attached. These seem a little bit bigger, but the rubber looks a little more substantial as far as the volume. It's a little more raised up. It's a little bit more recessed. Could be wear over time, not sure. But
matching parts there. Okay, so we'll be ready to get this back in, I believe. Yeah, and on this side here, see how that's raised? It's actually raised. You see that? Let me take it off my stand real quick, so y'all can see. It's actually raised. It's got a place for that to sit, so you can't mix up which way these go, because you got a place for that to sit, for this raised piece to sit right in that spot there. I guess I don't need these. That was just the camber. I don't think I need those. Yeah, that was just the camber. Yeah, so you actually don't need that. We're okay. We're okay. It's not going anywhere. What else? What's all this red? Where'd that come from? Got a little bit of brake clean left. I'll get that off of there. Don't need no squeaking going on. All right, about to put the new one in now. Set up here. Let's see what y'all see. All right, about to put the new one in now. Let's see here. Probably gonna need, there we go. So these have, let me show you this. Gotta show you this. I couldn't get that in straight on. See how that's too wide? It's too wide. But if you go underneath there and pull up, it goes right in. It makes sense. So that's how you get that in. And then again, this just sits right there in that little joint there. All right. Get you hooked up here. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't hit pause. Zoomed in a little too much there. All right. Sorry. All right, let me see if I can see. All right, let's get these back in place. And this one just goes here. Let's do the back one first, because it seems like it's a little more complicated. Yeah, I see why you definitely, I got it go in alignment, because yeah, this doesn't come out, so it won't turn. That's interesting. Let's see. Trying to see if there's a way to kind of orient this thing. So my mistake on this side was I didn't pay attention to how it was oriented. So take a picture of how it's oriented in there, because right now I can't reach my wheel.
So I've got to orient this thing properly so I can reach the wheel. Let's see. See that? Interesting. Yeah, it barely reaches the wheel from there. So it's important. Kind of tells on itself. Gotta hold your wheel up. So I don't know, maybe you do want to strap it. But you see, I gotta hold my wheel up to this. Uh-oh, wrong side. Wrong side. This side. To get it to line up. So it kind of gives you some idea of where the camera's supposed to be. So now I wonder, what I'm thinking, y'all, is there might have been a spacer. Because I don't know what side this fell off of. I think this fell off of this side. And yeah, I think this guy might have been alone. Because this one isn't going all the way down. So I may end up having to look at the other side to figure that out. This isn't going all the way down. Okay, so yeah, Houston, we have a problem. I'm not sure what side this came off of. I've got to look at the other side to figure that out. Give me just a moment here to go look at the other side. Meantime, I'll put that there just to hold this in place. Let me go look at the other side, and I'll be right back. VAME. Yo. Underneath the other side, I'll show you this. Where is it at? There's the camber bolt. It's facing down, so I'm going to put the other one facing down to match it. And the spacer is on the other side with that nut that funny looking nut I showed you all. See, the spacer's on the other side, and it's also facing down about the 5 o'clock position. About the 5 o'clock. Something's in our way. About the 5 o'clock position. Alright, so that's how we're going to orient that side. Again, I'm going to go get an alignment. The next driving I do will be to the alignment shop. I didn't realize these bolts were like this. Our wire is still looking good, by the way. If you watch the other video on crank no start, everything's still looking good. Starts right up every time. I've had 0 issues out of that that solution. So, but yeah, 5 o'clock position on the back one. And I'm sorry, that's actually like the 7 o'clock position. That's like the 7 o'clock position on the back one, and then the front one is looks like it's the 6 o'clock position. Okay, funny nut, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Nut 5 o'clock, bolt 7 o'clock. Nut 5 o'clock, bolt 7 o'clock. VAME. Yo. Nut 5 o'clock, bolt 7 o'clock. So that's what we're gonna try to achieve. that is what we are going to try to achieve. What did I do with that? Oh, here. So yeah. Yeah, see it, and because see how that's not a circle. Since that's not a circle, it goes on to that little funny screw a certain way. So again, all this is camber stuff. Nut 5 o'clock, bolt 7. So it'll be to my tilted towards me. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, it only goes on to that. It literally only goes on to I would show y'all, but taking this off would be tough. But it only goes on to the nut one way. Let me turn this light off. Save some battery here. Alright, but it only goes on to that nut one way, okay? So that means it's already aligned to a degree with the other side. You see, like, feel where that hole is. Right here. And the hole on this one is here. So yeah, they're already kind of offset. So I don't really have to worry about trying to adjust that one so much because it's already offset. That makes sense. Alright, now it's about which one should I torque down first. I would wager it would be this one first, but I gotta put it under suspension too. Let me just snug them up some. Let me snug these up. What do I got here? 18 here. Let me snug these up. I'm about to probably go in and eat some breakfast here, lunch for you all, and watch a video and make sure I'm doing it right when it comes to this. Make sure I'm doing everything correctly and the right timing and all that stuff. Alright, just snug. Not torque, just snug. And I do have a 19. Okay. That's okay, I'll use this. Let's get you back on here. But I'm just gonna make sure I'm doing everything properly. They're moving at the same time right now. That's interesting. way.
Total 1 hour 30 minutes. 706
Oh.
calories. Heart rate 131 beats per minute.
See some metal on metal going on there, so let me let me make sure I'm doing that right, and we'll be back. Yo, so I have an understanding now. The other side will be easier because I have it marked where it was. I know where it is. This one I was trying to figure out, you know, where it used to be. And as you remember on the video, initially it was in, and then I let it out. Remember, that's why I put the strap on there. But what you need to understand is just that the way this is oriented, this camber adjustment bolt, that circle, well, that little spacer I showed you does the same thing on the other side. It matches that. So I was like 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, yeah, because they're matching. So it's oriented the same way is what that spacer does. That's why it's cut a certain way. I got a better shot. You remember what you just saw though. But I don't think, can I see it from here? I can't see anything, y'all. I can't see what you're seeing. But you know what I'm saying, what I just showed you. So you just press the bolt in, and then you press the spacer in. And as you can see, those two little, these here, these little raised, hold it in place. It's supposed to turn against those two little heels here. And that's what makes it go in or out. Because that's not it's elongated. Plus I kind of looked at the rust where it had been for a while. This is about the same spot. So this side is opposite, because on the other side the dot is down. What we looked at earlier. So there you go, that's how that works. I didn't know how that works. And then you always twist your nut down. Breaking it free is one thing, but we'll hold the cam bolt steady, and we'll torque down the nut, because you don't want, once you put the cam bolt in the right spot, you want to hold that steady. That makes sense. Let me see here. So take your wrench, hold that steady. That's a 15, by the way, on the other side. Let's use your 3/4 and a 15. It's a 15 over here, and this is what you want to torque into, not torque, but yeah, torque into position. But you want to hold it steady. So I can't hold it steady holding the camera, so let me do that, and then we'll pop up on the other side, I believe. Let's get off the camera here. Well, let me just set you up here. Try to set you up. Try to set y'all up here, now that you know what I'm doing. Alright. Holding our adjustment bolt steady. So everything, you want those cam adjustment bolt and the spacer to stay in their place, and that's why you hold it steady, and then just crank down the nut. If you have a lift, this is easier because you're underneath it, and that's also how they can adjust it without taking the tire off. I'm just going to make it snug. $62 foot-pounds is what that one's going to be. We got to put this under load. Don't forget that before we torque it down. Don't want to move right now. If I can still move with your hand like I'm doing, then it's not 62 foot-pounds, obviously. Just so it stops. All right. Good to go there. 62 foot-pounds, what that's going to be. This is going to be 80. I think I can hold this one too, pretty much. Yeah, this is a 19. If not, this is the 18. We'll use this one too. Either one will work. Let's torque this down. What's this? 18. All right. This is going to be 81 foot-pounds. But this one you don't have to orient one way or the other. All right, it's already stopped. So there you go. Now we just got to put this under suspension before we torque it. But now I understand it now. So let me do that real quick. Yo, so I just want to show you all my setup from beneath. That's where we were sitting. We got it under load, but I've got my, good thing is only about a 1/2 inch. 62 foot-pounds isn't too much back there. So 3/8 is all you need, and then I've got my wrench like I showed you all to hold it. Alrighty, I wonder could I do this from under here? Oh, let's see here. Probably could. Let's see, which I'll see. I have to take this off of here. Bring it down below. Let's see, can you reach that? There we go. Pull it. Kind of mimicking if I had a lift, right? There we go. 62. So you can do it from the outside or the underneath. It's a matter of preference. Now I just realized it's a little bit unstable the way I got this thing. It's off my jack stand. It's a little bit rocked there. So let me get off from under here. VAME. Yo, alright. Outside bolt 81. This is the setup, 18-inch ratchet. And I've got this is the biggest extension I have. That's like 4 or 5 inches, 4 inches for my 1/2 inch drive. These are bigger ones, so you know, 82 is pretty much the max on this one, so it'd be harder. So I grabbed the my 1/2 inch. The bigger tool goes up to 150 foot-pounds on this one, and the extension socket, which is my what do you call it? A impact socket, so that I can extend out this far, have the room to crank this. Alrighty, so let's crank it. Let's crank it. See if I can see something. All right. 81. Stand up. There we go. Alrighty. Good deal. Moving on to the driver's side, which is the same as to the passenger side, which is the same as the driver's side. Yo, two things. One little side note, make sure you service your tools. A lot of people forget, especially rookies, don't even know you need to, but especially your flex head ratchets and things. Remember, these come with a little pin. So this one, you can just take your key and you can just tighten that up like that, like I just did. Right, so because that'll slip out over time, torquing things. And for just an example, like I read some reviews on this, oh, it broke on me. But you got to understand, same thing on this one, you got a little key spot there. If you're doing high torque, that key can work its way out. So just something to keep in mind, because that'll break your tool. It gets weaker like that. But what I want to point out is on the passenger side here, because it's reversed, there's not a lot of room to break this free. So I'm gonna go from underneath like I showed you all, like if I had a lift. Let me switch hands here, see if I can get this on here for you. I'm gonna go from underneath. Yeah, get on there. Get on there, buddy. There we go. But I'm gonna go from underneath and break it free that way. This was the same one, just use my impact gun. But I'm gonna go from underneath so I got leverage for those handles to move. I just wanted to point that out, that you may not be able to do it from this side. You may be able to maneuver your way, but it's probably easy just to go underneath and break it that way. All right, and don't forget to notate where your camber, bolt, and spacer, how they're oriented. This one's oriented to the back heel, the little heels I showed you all, to the back heel, and it's to that 7 o'clock position. Remember, the one on the bolt side, the spacer, automatically aligns itself with this side. Bummer. Yo, FYI, I just wanted to show you this angle. I'm putting the new one on now, but this is an angle you can use. Breaking it free, not so sure. You may be able to, have enough torque to do that, but definitely just tighten it down. You can use a 3/4, and if you got a swivel head ratchet, you can accomplish it that way. So I just wanted to show you that. VAME. Yo, Elohim here. Your Elohim. Just putting a wrap on everything. We just left the auto shop. Shout out to Firestone, where I have my lifetime alignment. Did Dakota handle me last time on this? I'm about to show you all, as promised, the alignment specs. Trying to look over what he's got. All right, these are the same sheet as I'm seeing here. Yeah, these are the same. All right, let me show you the tale of two. All right, so this is from 5/31/26. As you can see, camber on the left is supposed to be -0.1, -1.0 to +0.2. There's the before actual, and then on the right, same. And you can see we were badly out of spec. And then our cross camber, no better. And you can see the rear left, bad. Rear right, bad. Cross camber was decent though. So that's why we did the upgrade, because you got to have, if you don't have adjustable camber for the front, and I told Firestone this, I think the guy initially maybe misspoke, but I'm like, no, there's adjustable cam bolts in the back. So unless I misunderstood, he was just saying they were kind of worn. So even with the adjustable bolts, he couldn't get it completely in spec. Because point, you know, 1 is not too much. Then it was just a bad mechanic. Or he just, I don't know, being lazy. I don't know. Point is, we got the new upper control arms on the front and back, which are factory, restore factory camber. These are Mevotech, so another win for the aftermarket. As you can see, here's the front left, before. And this is, notice the before here, it was already in spec. So before I brought it to them, I was in spec. So check that out. It shows you that the control arms did what they said. Now, the right side was still out. It was out of spec. So maybe I just got lucky. But the right side was out of spec. Oh, hold on. Negative 1.4. No, that's the same. So, yeah. As you can see, according to the left side, that means me just putting the new Mevotechs on there, the new upper controls on there, restored factory camber, which is what they say they're supposed to do. Let's see the before on this one, 0.6, which is in spec, as you can see over here. So just putting on the new upper control arms, plus don't forget I already had a alignment, so that should restore your alignment though. And then as you can see, 1.2 before. Now the back ones we expected to be out. I got it right on the right side. Remember, this is the side where we learned on the left side. Forget my dirty fingernails, y'all. Been doing that mechanic work. We learned on the, I don't like dirty fingernails though. We learned on the left side, so it was out, negative 1.2. And then they had to pull it in. And then the right side, remember, I was like, okay, yeah, you gotta memorize how you got your bolt, which I did, and we were in spec. So memorize how your cam board is, and that'll give you a better chance at being in spec. My ride over there was good, so I did a pretty good job. And then our cross camber also is much better. They said they adjusted my toes. Yeah, we adjusted our toe a little bit here. As you can see, they finished with 0.28 last time, 0.7, so much better toe. Thrust angle slightly adjusted thrust angle. So our total, our front was off a little bit to 0.14 last time. We came in at negative 23. Pulled us back to 0.20. So interesting. The cross was a little bit different, but the total front was good as opposed to last time, 0.8. So yeah, bottom line is that original grade Mevotech, but upper control arms will indeed restore your factory camber. So you don't necessarily have to buy, you know, the adjustable ones. You can, they're expensive if you want to get some performance ones, of course, but yeah, you can just go with the factory. What did I pay? What did I pay for my Mevotech ones? I only paid like $50. I'll put the price right here. I put the price right here that I paid. So good price overall. Like I said, the most expensive thing is going to be your lower control arms on the front, and I have so I haven't done those yet. That's gonna run like, I think, I'm not gonna misquote, but that's the most expensive parts for up front. Then the back, I point out those other 2 control arms. There's 4 control arms in total back there. So we did the upper, we gotta do the rear forward, rear, and then we gotta do the lower. But all of those are decent. I just wanted to make sure I could get my alignment back in spec so it wasn't wearing my tires. Because this all started, I knew I, was approaching time for it, but it all started because I had inner wear on the inner tires, on some brand new tires. So another funny thing is just how these auto chains, man, they will find something for you to pay for. Because I even did my brake fluid exchange yesterday, which was all on my old ticket. Said I needed do a gas treatment. I did that. It said I need to do a engine air filter, which I knew. I did that. Start switching my air filter, engine air filter. Supposed to be about every 12,000 miles. I only switch my oil filter every 10,000 miles. I do my oil every 3,000 miles. But I'm gonna start switching my engine air filter too. So I switched that out, and they also had the brake fluid listed. So I took care of all that, and I want to see if they would bring any of that up this time. They didn't, so that means I did everything right. But when the auto guy called me, he was like, "Yeah, we already got your vehicle in on the alignment right now. I just wanted to mention to you, did you know your windshield wipers are streaking?" I'm like, these dudes will find something to charge you for. It's one of the perks of working on your own vehicle. I know everything that's wrong with this vehicle, which isn't anything because I work on it. So that's how I am. It's literally perfect. If you scan it, perfect. All compartments, BCM, PCM, TCM, like all my compartments, everything is working perfect. Nothing is off. Oil, everything, diff, perfect. This was literally the last thing I had to perfect to have the engine running perfect. Windshield wipers. Now the windshield wipers I use, just FYI before we get out of here, I'm just shooting this with y'all. So if you need to go, I understand, just raise your hand and walk out the back door. Video's over, but a little bonus for you. But I buy, there's some cheap wipers. I forget the brand name right now. Forgive me, y'all. I'll try to put that here as well. But you can get them at AutoZone. It's a brilliant, because they're only $10, $12, something like that. But they're cheap, so they streak. Okay, they're cheap, so they streak. They only last like 3 months as far as really being solid performance. But they're super, it's $10, $10-15. So I just get those and just switch them out. I don't use them that much anyway, thankfully. But yeah, he brought up the wipers. I'm like, good Lord. I said, no, I'm not gonna, don't worry about that. Just do the alignment. Okay. But that was if there's something for them to charge you on, boy, they will charge you. It is hilarious. So I just wanted to point that out. That does it for this video. Make this video go up. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Because if you don't, that wouldn't be fair. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all know how we do it. We got a lifetime alignment, by the way. So I suggest it. Highly suggest it, especially if you are a courier like me. Peace.